Okay, in the coldest months of the year, sort of in the depths of winter, in February, when there's not an awful lot you can grow on your plot, you can still produce some really nutritious shoots, and these are the seed sprouts. These are really simple to get going. There's a whole range you can actually use. There are actually companies that specify in selling the seeds, but a lot of the general seed companies sell quite a good range as well. You can have things like chickpeas. It's a lovely sort of big round seed here. Other ones you can use are mung beans, which is a little bit smaller seed. And then we've got fenugreek, that's a popular one, which is a little bit sort of spicy mustardy flavour. Alfalfa is a nice one, and also the sprouts you can use, the brassicas. This one's a red cabbage. Now you can use your own sort of seed. If you've got some sort of old cabbage seeds, you could use those, but it is best really to use seed that's specifically for sprouting. It'll be more hygienic, cleaner, won't have been treated. Some seeds are treated. It's very simple to do. All you need actually is a jam jar, and then you put a few seeds, a few chickpeas. Don't put too many in, because obviously it's best to do little and often rather than a mass of them that you can't eat, and they don't store for terribly long, so it's best to do them every few days really. So just a few in a jam jar. You then put some water in here and you leave them overnight, would be best really. Tip the water away. Then what you would do is you'd get a very fine net or a piece of muslin and put it over the top with an elastic band, and then what you need to do then is put them on a windowsill, empty the water out, put them on a windowsill. Then every day, twice a day, so make a sort of routine in the morning and at night, put some cold water in, give them a mix around, and then tip out. Now that's very important. It needs to be done twice a day, 3 times even better, but twice a day minimum. It keeps them moist, and it also keeps them fresh and stops any bacteria growing on them. And you'll find keeping them on a warm windowsill, particularly something like the mung beans and the chickpeas, they're going to take about 4 days minimum, but preferably 5 to 10 days really to start sprouting. Once they've really got lots of good sprouts on them, they're then ready to eat. When they've got sprouts on, you can actually tip them out and put them in another container and put them in the fridge, and they will store for 2 or 3 days maximum, but you really need to, this is the sort of thing you really need to eat fresh. You can also get seed sprouting kits. These are quite good. You've got a couple of layers and just a bottom layer which will catch the excess water. So you just put a few seeds in the layer. So I put a few fenugreek seeds like this, maybe just that, something like that amount, and then you can put some mung beans in the next layer, like so. Put the top on, put them on a windowsill. What you do is you just pour the water, it's got holes in the top, pour the water in the top, fill it to the top, and just leave it, and the water will flush through, cleaning and moistening the seeds, and then you tip away the excess, and you just do that again a couple of times a day, 2 or 3 times a day, and then when your sprouts are ready you can just take them off and put them in sandwiches or stir fries. But they're extremely nutritious. You've got an awful lot of nutrition in these very young sprouts, so it's a really lovely thing to do at this time of year.